I'll call the East Lyme Board of Selectmen meeting to order. This is a regular meeting of October. October. April 4th. It feels like October out
Yeah, it
there,
does,
folks.
that's for sure.
Okay. Ready for snow again. April 4th, 2018. If you all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I don't think there's, there are additional agenda and consent items, right?
Right. I'll move to add agenda item 3E, which will be to approve the memorandum of agreement between the State of Connecticut, the Department of Emergency Services and Protection, and the Town of East Lyme.
Second.
Terrific. Any further comment on that? If we could all vote on that, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstained? It's a unanimous vote, so it will be added on.
I would like to add also.
Yes, ma'am?
Under 3, this would be 3C, 3D, appointment as an alternate member of the Conservation of Natural Resources.
Well, we have
Commission.
3C, appointments to boards and commissions.
No.
It's already there.
Okay.
So
it's already
within
there.
that, I think we can
Yeah.
add that on there.
Yeah, it's already in the motions and everything.
Right, but it wasn't on the original agenda.
Okay.
Appointments to boards and commissions was though, so
Yes.
we'll include that with it. Okay. I don't think we need a vote then, because we're not adding to our agenda. We're going to move to an executive session for the purpose of, we're not, by the way, there's 2 items on the executive session. The one is the purpose of discussing Board of Ed benefits, and that has been stricken. We're not going to go into executive session for that discussion, but we are going to go into executive session for the unaffiliated employees' salary benefits package, as we do annually. Do we need Anna in on that?
I don't think so.
Oh, I don't think
No.
so either. So, because you're also part of it, I think it might be a conflict. So it would just be this group, and we can go into my office for the executive session.
Okay.
So we can leave these
I'll
folks.
move to enter into executive session for the purpose of discussing the unaffiliated employees' salary and benefits package.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Sandy, keep all entertained.
All right, I will.
Tell a few jokes.
Do a dance first, Sandy. Yeah, there are others when they're, you know. I think we reached our limit with the number of people in there as far as what we thought were gonna be here when we planned it.
know that our friend's gonna wanna.
Okay, I'll move to exit from executive session with no action taken.
Second?
Motion and second, and all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Delegations, anyone like to speak to the commission tonight? Mr. Garbo? You know about our 5-minute rule, I'll hold you to it.
I know you will.
Good.
Let me first read a email that I received December 5th, 2017.
Please introduce yourself for the record.
I
Yeah.
thought the board did. David Godbout,
And your address?
15 Cardinal. On the 5th of December, 2017, I received this email from Mr. Nickerson, where I was inquiring about getting a copy of a spreadsheet. It says, earlier this year, I have been working off a self-made spreadsheet to keep track of FOIA claims. The second email I received on the 15th of March, 2018, this year, states from Mr. Nickerson, I don't know how to create spreadsheets. It seems to be maybe you should get some medical attention because you have some problems on forgetting how to make spreadsheets. Additionally, in July 2017, I requested from Mrs. Johnson some records related to tuition reimbursement for members of the police department. I received records about 7 months later that I noted that a member of the police department improperly collected funds for a course that he took for non-credit. The policeman's union contract allows for education funds to be reimbursed to members of the police department if and only if one of the conditions is that it is a 4-credit course. So I filed a complaint under the Authority Public Act 14-166 in January after discovering this, which only took me about 20 seconds of looking at the whopping 5 pieces of paper that I got from Ms. Johnson 7 months after I filed the records request. And I haven't received a final determination in reference to that complaint that I filed with the police department under Public Acts 14-166. So last week I filed a complaint, tried to file a complaint at the police department since I have received no response from my police complaint under Public Act 14-166, which is a little bit different than a criminal complaint. I went to file a criminal complaint. I was told by the police chief that since I was not the victim of the larceny that I believe occurred with the about $500 of funds being obtained contrary to the police contract, I don't think he was entitled to that about $500, $250, $500. It's not a huge issue, except the police department just refuses to investigate that issue. The police chief said that since I'm not a victim, I can't file a complaint. He says the town has to. So now I am petitioning you guys, gals, to move forward with an investigation request for the police department to investigate whether larceny actually occurred, and maybe conspiracy to commit larceny. So I have issues with that. Additionally, under Public Act 14-166 and the post-regulations that were created due to that, the police department has to note a time period for when complaints filed under Public Act 14-166 must be completed, and the police department has not done that. So I don't think the police department is in compliance with Public Act 14-166 due to this. I suggested that the police department provide a time period, 30, 60, 90 days, whatever, to the completion of requests or complaints. The chief has indicated he is not going to do that. So I got issues with that as well, because Public Act 14-166 was passed by the legislature to address towns that simply don't want to do the due diligence when a citizen files a complaint in reference to police department. I think in all fairness, it should be done that way. there should be a time period stipulated for completing complaints. I would like to know your views on that.
Thank you, Mr. Gaba. You're right on time, too. It's 5 minutes. Anyone else like to speak? Okay, we'll move to the meat of our meeting, which is the approval of the minutes. First of all, a special meeting of February 15th.
Move to approve the Board of Selectmen special meeting minutes of March 7, 2018 as submitted.
Second.
Any comments, corrections? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? Unanimous. Next.
Did I?
Yeah, you skipped.
I skipped one. Okay, I'll
Okay.
move back up. Move to approve the
That was
Board of
March-
Selectmen
yeah, that was
special
the
meeting.
meeting of March 7th,
Yeah,
by the way.
special,
Yeah.
I
So
wanted
this
to do
one
it.
is-
This is the special meeting minutes of February 15th, 2018 as submitted.
Second.
Any comments, corrections? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? Regular meeting, please.
Move to approve the Board of Selectmen regular meeting minutes of March 7, 2018 as submitted.
Second.
Comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? Consent calendar, please.
Move to approve the consent calendar for the meeting of April 4th, 2018 in the amount of $19,693.22.
Second.
Any comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? We'll move on to 2A. This is the discussion and update on tax exemption renters rebate program. We've given you a little bit of history on this, that the town has some programming for veterans, for seniors, and then, of course, the state dumped this renters rebate program onto towns, 50% of it. I've chosen not to take up the conversation of if we're going to eliminate any programming right now. I hope you can agree with me when I say the state's budget is in turmoil. I think seniors and their budget, a little frantic, or I would be if I was a recipient of some of these grants and they're being threatened. I'd like to take this up in the off season after we get past budgets to review what we give to our seniors, whether they're homeowners or renters, and for tax credits or abatements, and then we can talk about whether the town can afford it going forward. Right now, all the programming that we have is covered in our current budget that you all approved a couple weeks ago, and is at the Board of Finance now, and I'd like to keep it that way. Again, I think we're in a tough enough place in Connecticut with our economy and with the state budget. I don't think we should be putting undue harm on our seniors. But I could open up for conversation if anyone would like to. I don't have any more presentation tonight for you, and I did not invite our tax assessor tonight.
I believe that we had some previous discussion on this.
Yes, ma'am.
Somewhat informally, and we felt that at least for the first part of the upcoming budget year, we would be able to cover this.
Right. Yeah, it's fully in our budget, what the state has dumped back onto us, what they did this current year and the year going forward. And we're just gonna have to roll up our sleeves and take a look at it. It's not a ton of money, and as long as we are hitting people who are actually in need, and that the programming and the rules and the application goes to the right people, I think we should support it. But I think we should review this in the off season, if it's okay with anyone else. Everyone else?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
I'm fine with that.
That's what I thought you'd say. That's all I have on that. So 3A is approve the unaffiliated employees' salary and benefits package.
Okay, just really to have some discussion, there are a group of people such as the, this isn't a complete list, the town engineer, public works director, parks and recs director, that are considered unaffiliated and are not covered by any union contract for benefits and that. So we all sit down, Mrs. Hardy and I sat down and worked with them this year. They're very cooperative with us. I think, Roseanne, you would agree it was a very beneficial meetings with them. So what we're going to propose next year is one of the concerns that's always been in the past that they would get in some cases you'd get a general wage increase as well as a step movement. So a 2% raise could actually be a 4% raise. This year it's either a general wage increase of 2% or a step. not both. So that addresses a lot of concerns that we had. So it's one or the other. The town has a health savings account that they currently, the town paid 80%, they paid 20%. That's going to go to the town paying 75, them picking up 25, so that increases. As well as an increase of 1% in their premium cost share for their health care package. So either a 2% for general wage or a 2% for a step. They'll contribute 25% towards their health savings account and an increase of 1% in their premium cost share for their health benefit package.
For the record, I should have recused myself before you started speaking, but because my salary is affected by this, I will recuse myself for the discussion and vote.
Okay. So I'll move to approve the unaffiliated employee salary benefits package for fiscal year 2018-19 as presented.
Second.
Is there any other discussions or comments? Roseanne, you were in on the negotiations? Okay,
Gave a very good overview.
thank you. All those in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.